7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am OLAMIDE BADMUS. First, the headlines. Rabadu warns political actors against violence, vote buying. Government seizes chemically ripened fruits in Oyo market, issues health warning. Russian general shot and wounded in Moscow in latest attack on top military leaders. Trump administration names 33 new immigration judges, most with military backgrounds. Falconets captain Ibokwe insists Senegal won't stop Nigeria's World Cup ambition. Now the details. The National Security Advisor, Malam Noho Rabado, has warned political actors with violent dispositions and vote buyers against such acts in the forthcoming federal Capital Territory Area Council election and the by-elections in Rivers and Kano states. Rubado, who was represented by Director of Internal Security and the Office of the National Security Advisor, Hassan Abdullahi, gave the warning during the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security meeting organized by the Independent National Electoral Commission in Abuja today, ahead of the February 21 elections. The NSA warned that any individual or group with such plan will be identified and reprimanded or restrained before, during, and after the elections, and called on political parties, candidates, and their supporters to conduct themselves with decorum and uphold the integrity of democratic process. The Oyo State government has intercepted and seized chemically ripened fruits during a food safety enforcement exercise at the market in Oyo town as part of the ongoing efforts to protect residents from the dangers of unsafe food practices. The operation was carried out today by officials of the Department of Food, Water and Laboratory Services of the State Ministry of Health following an anonymous tip-off. During the exercise, about 12 baskets of mangoes, artificially ripened with chemicals were confiscated, having been prepared for sale to unsuspecting members of the public. Speaking during the enforcement activity, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Oluwaserimi Ajetumobi, warned residents to be cautious about the sources of the food they consume, noting that the use of chemicals to preserve or enhance food items poses serious health risk. Ajitumobe disclosed that the ministry has received increasing reports of sharp practices among some food vendors, including the use of hazardous substances to extend fruit ripening, and also advised the residents on how to identify chemically treated food items. The Oyo State Governor Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde has said that the state has positioned itself as a global player in the exporting business and a strategic connecting hub for the other states seeking access to international markets following the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area AFCTFTA strategy. The governor, who was represented by the Secretary to the Oyo State Government, Professor Musabao Babatunde, met this known today during the training of trainers workshop organized for stakeholders involved in the implementation of the AFCTFTA strategy in the state, held at the Local Government Training School Secretariat, Ibadan. Governor Makinde noted that Oyo State is the first subnational government in Africa to sign and domesticate the AFCTFTA strategy, a move he described as deliberate and forward-looking.
We know it's going to expand the market access opportunities for your state in terms of our products getting into other countries free of tariff and scaling the non-tariff barriers that are being created since we are develop our implementation strategy. We also know the fact that this is going to enhance our agribusiness and agricultural sector in terms of the exports that we are going to bring about and the demand that's going to come in for our exports. And I also see Oyo State as a connective hub within the West African zone that other states will be and other countries will be relating with in terms of exporting their products. So even in the services sector, to give us an opportunity to promote our services sector such as healthcare, education, tourism, the cultural aspect of tourism and other services opportunities that are in the state. So I see this as an integrated opportunity that is going to bring.
Earlier in our welcome address, the Special Advisor on International Trade and African Intercontinental Free Trade Area, Ms. Neil Teodoro Taselo, congratulated the Secretariat partners, participants for their dedication and commitment to the implementation of the AFCTFTA in Oyo State.
So what has been going on all this time from 2021 when the Secretariat was established for its function to 2025 has been the negotiations of the protocol. So the negotiations have come to a conclusion. So what does it mean for us? It means for us that we need to now be serious with the implementation.
Mr. Selo noted that no government can implement the strategy without substantial investment to the AFCTFTA, therefore charged government partners to learn how to be part of the investing towards the implementation of AFCTFTA without depending on the government. The Chief Imam of Agidigbo FM Central Mosque, Alhaji Zakari Yunus Baba, has emphasized the importance of giving acknowledgement to whom it is due. Delivering the Juma sermon at the Agidigbo FM Central Mosque today, Imam Yunus noted how Allah loves acknowledgement and recognition.
What we call that is that's what when you are we have measurements by those who are using gold or these fuel sellers or these gas sellers. So Allah warned us in this Quran in 3, chapter 3, that it told us that some sellers, they will buy their own in full, but when they want to sell it to the people, they will have reduced it.
The Chief Imam reiterated that gratitude is one of the things Allah loves most, and it represents validation, respect, and realization towards the person being acknowledged.
So we should be very careful and know that this thing is not good. Those are the seller, the grain seller, those are selling rice or other things like that. So be mindful of the Congos that they are using. And also the fuel seller, the gas, they should kindly, please, stop deceiving people. As well as it's such a thing. And this is very bad for us. Whoever does that, whoever is doing that, is not eating from the claim, is not doing what is claimed. And that means you are eating haram.
Imam Yunus advised everyone to give acknowledgement to people as validation for the things given or shared with them. A renowned fitness instructor, Mr. Oladayo Otunla, has emphasized that embarking on a fitness journey is essential for everyone, stressing that fitness encompasses more than just bodybuilding, noting it about adopting a healthy lifestyle. In an interview with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Otunla noted that individuals should define their goals before joining a gym and establish routines to achieve them, highlighting the significance of consistent and dedicated fitness training in yielding desired results.
Person has to know their goals from the very beginning. You have to know the reason why you are coming to the gym. If you are coming to the gym because you want to lose weight, there are routines for you to follow, and you have to have a guide. That's why we have instructors at the gym to guide you and direct you because they have the experience. Those instructors that you have at the gym, they were once novice too.
Nonetheless, the fitness instructor commended Nigerians' growing fitness industry, attributing its growth to increasing health awareness, urbanization, and government initiatives promoting sport and fitness activities. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Kunyamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damlola. 3 African countries have agreed to take back foreign offenders and illegal migrants after the United Kingdom Home Secretary threatened them with visa penalties. Namibia, Angola, and Democratic Republic of Congo have agreed to cooperate on returns of their citizens. Shabana Mahmoud had previously warned to stop granting visas to people from Angola, Namibia, and DRC if their government did not improve cooperation on removals. However, following the agreement with these 3 countries, Mahmoud said illegal migrants and dangerous criminals will now be removed and deported back to their countries. Government revealed that over 3,000 people from these countries could be eligible for deportation. The Home Secretary has indicated that countries which refuse to work with the UK on returns should not expect a normal visa relationship. A Russian general serving as deputy head of Russian military intelligence was shot and seriously wounded in Moscow earlier today. An unknown attacker fired several shots at Lieutenant General Vladimir Alexeyev in a residential building in Moscow and fled the scene. The Russia Investigative Committee said its officers are at the scene while investigators are searching for the shooter. The committee has opened a criminal case into what it called the attempted murder of high-ranking defense ministry official. And that ends the news. From Kunle Hamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damlola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. The Justice Department has hired 3 new immigration judges, including 27 temporary ones, after firing or pushing out more than 100 others as the Trump administration seeks out new recruits to serve as what it dubs deportation judges, and half of the new permanent judges have a military background. The Justice Department's Executive Office for Immigration Review said the new immigration judges were sworn in on Thursday following the October hiring of 36 immigration judges, including 25 temporary ones, after a month of workforce courts. The new judges will serve in immigration courts in Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Nebraska, New York, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and Washington. Senior U.S. and Iranian officials are in Oman for talks amid a crisis that has raised fears of a military confrontation between the 2 countries. The discussions came after a U.S. military buildup in the Middle East in response to Iran's violent repression of nationwide anti-government protests last month that human rights groups say killed many thousands of people. But the scope of the talks, which are believed to be indirect, remained unclear, with both countries far apart in their positions amid mutual mistrust. The hope was that, if successful, the discussions could lead to a framework for negotiations. Oman said its foreign minister had held separate discussions with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law and emissary Jared Kushner on Friday morning. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Welcome back once again. Now in the exciting world of sports, Falconet skipper John Igbokwe has expressed unwavering confidence that Nigeria would overcome Senegal in their crucial FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier, insisting the team's ambition to reach Poland 2026 cannot be halted by their West African rivals. Igbokwe spoke ahead of Saturday's first leg match in Abeokuta, stressing that hard work and support from France will drive the Falconets forward as they look to take a decisive advantage in the two-leg tie. Nigeria will host Senegal in the opening leg of the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup third-round qualifier at the MKO Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta on Saturday, with the return fixture set for 14th of February in Dakar. The Nasarawa Amazons midfielder who leads the Falconets on and off the pitch highlighted the team's focus on qualifying for another World Cup after a convincing 5-0 aggregate win over Rwanda in the previous round of qualifying. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Ribadu warns political actors against the violence, vote buying. Government seizes chemically ripened fruit in oil market, issues health warning. Russian general shot and wounded in Moscow in latest attack on top military leaders. Trump administration names 33 new immigration judges, most with military backgrounds. Falconets captain Igbokwe insists Senegal won't stop Nigeria's World Cup ambition. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live with the life of your dreams. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo, 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am OLAMIDE BADMUS. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM.